Welcome. My name is Kyle Cooper, and today I'll be talking about why should esports be considered a sport. Now, the history of esports goes all the way back to the 1980s, when the very first competition ever held was known as the Space Invaders Championship back in 1981. There was a surprising attendance of 10,000 participants, not including the audience, and the game was being played on the first home console, which was known as the Atari 2600. See contestants lined up at televisions, and whoever got the high score moved on to the next round. Now, the Nintendo World Championships back on January 1st, 1990, was a similar story, except it featured all Nintendo games such as Tetris, Super Mario Bros., Rat Racer, and others. And the whole point of the game was to get the high score, and whoever got the high score in the rounds got to move on, go to grand finals, and win. Now, in recent time, back in 2016, Capcom got rights to broadcast their tournament on ESPN. This was the first time a mainline fighting game got to be presented on television for the masses who didn't really know about this type of thing even existed. Now, what is a sport? Well, sports could be boiled down to athletes training to get their bodies to peak performance so that they can pull out all stops and exert themselves with no matter the cost to win. And these types of sports that I'm referring to are hockey, baseball, football, and somehow even billiards or pool. Now, in pool's case, it's not about the physical condition of the athlete. It's about their mentality, their thought process of every shot they make to sink a ball in the pocket. They want to make as little mistakes as possible, get as many shots in, and probably even try to take the whole game in one play. Now, the events for the esports has come a long way from small ballrooms at hotels to now even filled out stadiums the size of soccer stadiums completely sold out. And on top of that, there's more audience watching from live streaming platforms such as Twitch, and even broadcasted on television as mentioned before from the Street Fighter case, like on ESPN. All the money that is made from the tickets, as well as donations from the live streaming, goes into the winning pot for the players. As League of Legends' most recent World Championship has come out to almost $10 million. That's about $2 million per player on the winning team. The popularity in esports has definitely grown since today's generation isn't really interested in watching sports, and most of their free time they've been playing video games. And when they're not playing video games, they like to go on YouTube and watch others play games, probably learn something from them, get better. And in other cases, they like to watch the big name players play at the huge events, so they go on Twitch as mentioned before, or if they don't have access to Twitch, they'll also go to such things as Disney XD, who has a partnership with Blizzard, so they have Overwatch League broadcasting on their channel, and since Disney has ESPN, they can also broadcast it on there. So, with all this in mind, why isn't esports considered an official sport? If chess could be a sport, why not video games? It's the same concept with mentality and getting into there with your strategy and teamwork. Definitely a lot of teamwork and cooperation and communication. Just like all other sports, communication is key amongst each other. Thank you for your time. This has been my presentation.